Who's responsible for the tariff increase? We have been waiting for material. So UK Customs, I'm not going to say who's delivering it or where we've ordered it from, but we have been waiting for a whole week for material. And they've decided to put the premium up on import tax by 200 quid, which is mental. So yeah, not very happy about that. So we were going to do a video carrying on from last week's about this lovely SLK being wrapped, but we can't. So we decided we'll film the Transporter. We can't do that one either because Customs have still got my material for that as well. And then the G-Wagon that's in next week, guess where that material is? Yeah, in Customs. So we're going to do the top 3 problems in the wrap industry. So according to my AI, apparently the top 3 problems are all about sustainability, reliability, and all of that stuff. Well, we're not going to get into that because that's very controversial and I'm not getting into sides. So we're going to do customer expectations, delivery of material, and pricing. Well done, Ryan. Yeah, I think those are, for us, the 3 things that we would say. It's only my opinion. Like I said, not going to get into this side and that side, but yeah, sustainability is not something that we're going to talk about. It's arrived! Finally! I know I said in the video we're not going to talk about the brand of the material, but you've probably just seen it on the box. It's come from Germany, but it's here! Do you know her nose is 10,000 times more sensitive than yours? So here we are. Top 3 issues. I think it's more top 3 Matthew issues. Getting hold of material, pricing.
Charging what you're worth.
That's pricing.
But it's charging what you're worth. And customer expectation.
That's what it is, customer expectation. Yeah, so we might as well start with material and getting hold of material and not telling your customer that it's going to be done by the end of the week when you know it's got to come from the other side of the world, because we've been sat here all week waiting for material. Always have the material on site when the job arrives. We always used to operate like that. I think it's just as we've got bigger, you sort of come closer to deadlines and you're like, oh, I'll order that tomorrow, I'll order that tomorrow. And then the car turns up and the materials turn up on the same day. And that's exactly what happened. We had the material for the Merc that was from another job. We needed a few extra meters. We ordered it in the middle of the wrap and it's turned up late. So always have the material on site when the car arrives.
Well, I suppose that way if it's delayed, at least you can give your customer a heads up before they drop their car off to you, so they're not stuck without their car for a fortnight.
I have just had to do that with our G-Wagon wrap that was supposed to be here next week. So because I've still got this one to do, I've had to ring Ryan and say, can we put your G-Wagon back? He's absolutely fine and he understands, so that's good. But some customers may not be so friendly and you could lose the work.
But surely it's better to do that than have a car sat there in pieces for 3 weeks before you can actually get round to it.
Exactly that. So the moral of the story is be more organised, Matthew.
So delivering on expectations, it sort of snowballs from that, because that's where the journey begins, isn't it? Making promises with deadlines and things like that.
Yeah.
See, they bring their Merc in expecting it to come back looking all lovely, but surely that comes with managing expectations, because if it's got dings, dents, rust, deformities, you're only wrapping over what's there. Do you go through a process of making the customer aware that this bit may potentially show or this might cause a problem?
Yes, exactly that. So on the front of that Merc, as you saw in the last video, it's been repaired and it's been sanded and things like that. It's smooth to the touch, but even through the wrap, you can still see imperfections. So yes, there's a fine line of what's acceptable and what you can get away with and cover up versus you're going to see it through the wrap. So always, upon delivery, we go through a whole process of a damage report, a walk around, do you want this dent taken out? Do you not? There's a bit of rust there or not, or the carbon fibre is cracked, or the fiberglass is, the gel coat in the fiberglass is cracked or whatever. So there's a process so that at the end of it, when they pick it up, they know what they're getting. And one of the things that I've read in forums and seen on videos and things like that is inlays. So if you're looking at the bumper and you're an experienced wrapper or PPF or whatever, and you think, oh yeah, I need an inlay in there and I need an inlay in there. So for example, a BMW M2 or an M Sport bumper, we all know they've got pods and pockets and you can't do it in one piece. So do you tell the customer that there's going to be inlays and that means there's going to be joints? We do. We say you can't do it in one piece, you're going to have an inlay there, you're going to have an inlay there. Are you okay with that? Yes. Okay, move forward. No, why not? Okay, you can't do it in one piece. Try and find another avenue. Maybe you could paint that bit, or you could do something else with it. I don't know what else you'd do with it, but yes, you need to let the customer know what it's gonna look like at the end of it.
And is that something you've always done from the get-go?
Yes.
Or is that something that you've had experience in that you didn't manage expectations and it bit you in the arse?
No, I've always done it. I did quite a lot of research when I set up. It was one of the things that I found, that what to expect and what you're going to get. So no, I've always done it. It's evolved as I've learned and grown and things like that, but I've always done a damage report. I've always gone through and said, do you want this done? Do you want that done? And I've always spoke about inlays and joints. So pricing, price what you're worth. So a lot of customers sit there and say, I've had a quote for £1,000 and I've had a quote for 10 grand. Why are they so different when I've just asked for the same job? That comes down to location, where you are, who's doing the job. If you're getting a celebrity rapper to do it, then they're going to charge you because they've got the name and the rep and things like that. It doesn't mean the work is any better. It's just, you can say X did my rap versus man in a shed round the corner did mine. So, but man in the shed round the corner could have exactly the same quality of work, but because he didn't rap Cheryl Cole's Range Rover, oh, give us a beat, and it's just like,
why did you go Jamaican all of a sudden?
Give us a beat. Yeah, it's just, oh, we are a PWF authorised performer. I'm pointing at something. That's happened this week. We got a sign. We are now a platinum wrapping film, or have been for a while actually, but the sign only arrived this week.
What material has been stuck in customs you've been waiting for?
I'm not getting into that. Yes, but it's not their fault. They dispatched it in a timely manner. But next week,
we make a promise to get back on the being organised.
Back on the being organised. So next week, that will be done. So we shall film the end of that. This one will be in the process of being done. So we will film that. I was going to say like an editorial, but that's not a word. Educational.
Tutorial.
Tutorial or educational, but it's not. We're just going to go through it. We're just going to wrap it. We're just going to have some fun and get back to it.
And then after that, is it a G-Wagon?
It's a G-Wagon. That is something I am looking forward to. That's being wrapped in PWF as well. Bond gold. Okay, remember to like, subscribe, do whatever you need to do, share. Well, you're not going to share this, it's but like and subscribe, help us continue to grow the channel, and thanks for watching.